Every year, compliance regulations change thousands of times, and every year ADP makes thousands of seamless platform updates so businesses can focus on everything else, like running their business. Grow stronger with ADP, HR, talent, time, and payroll.
Hey everybody, I was thinking about a post I read by Dave Ramsey, the financial guy, and he was talking about if $600 or $1,400 changes your life, then you're already screwed. And I believe that was a direct quote. And he was talking about the stimulus checks, the first one for $1,400 or the $600. He said you're already screwed. And I'm like, it was very condescending to me because I'm like, okay, so I don't like when people have to make a point without giving any options. I remember specifically my uncle, who's a pastor. He was talking about when he went to the barber shop, and he said that the guys were in there talking and stuff, and they just got on the subject of pastors, and he said that a lot of pastors are so quick, and they come in there, and Christians in general, are so quick to come in there and tell people, oh, you're going to hell for doing this, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. And he said that they never told any way how not to go. It was always about, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. There was never a mention on how to avoid that the quote unquote certainty. And I think that it's the same thing in society. And for me, it's more egregious because of I didn't grow up wealthy, and it just rings louder to me when people make statements like if $600 or $1,400 changes your life, you're already screwed. Well, $600 does change people's. You'd be surprised how little rather, the amount of money it would take to change people's lives. I would say the vast majority of people, at least within my circle, that anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000, if you were just to give it boom, $10,000 would drastically change their lives. They'd be able to do some things that would have a dramatic impact on their day-to-day lives and how they live. And I think that it's condescending and borderline elitist to say that, oh, you're already screwed. Okay, well, what's the point in making that statement? What's the end goal in critiquing people who need the money, to pay bills, who need the money to take care of medical expenses, who need the money to cover the cost of living because of a lot of the shutdowns from COVID, business closings and what have you. And to say that, oh, you're already screwed. Well, I'm pretty sure they know that things are not in the best situation, but to say you're already screwed, it gives no hope. Like, they're already in a bad position. You want to kick people when they're down? Like, what is that about? It's completely unnecessary. And I don't, because of that, it rubbed me the wrong way about Dave Ramsey. And there's other stuff that he said or done that kind of rubs me the wrong way. But it's you know what I mean? Like, it's an unnecessary statement. Like, what's the point in that? If you're not telling me how not to be screwed, if you're not going to tell me, some things to do, because if we're at the point where the stimulus checks are issued and $600 or $1,400 does make a major difference in my life, and you say I'm already screwed, I don't think it's worth trying to make me change my past so that this $600 or $1,400 doesn't impact my life. We're past that point. We are at the point where it does change my life. So what can you tell me now to help me going forward so that in a year from now, perhaps another $600 or another $1,400 wouldn't change my life? I think if you don't offer hope and you don't offer solutions, you're a part of the problem, because you attack the position that I'm in. You kick the whatever support I may have under me, whatever crutch I may have under me, and you almost make it a negative. If I needed $1,400 and $1,400 found its way to me through stimulus or whatever means, why should I feel bad about having that and then doing things that change my life or change my position? I'm not gonna feel bad about that, and I think it's terrible to make people feel bad about that without offering a solution. Because yes, if you're dependent on that and you have no way to get it, that's a bad position. But you don't kick the people. You tell them a better way to do it. You tell them a better option to accomplish those goals. You tell them how they can make it better for themselves. And I think it was just, to me, it's very irresponsible, kind of condescending and borderline elitist to me to have that perspective, like, oh, you're already screwed, like very dismissive of people. And I don't think that you should treat people like that. I don't think that that's a good way to go about any type of conversation. If that's how you're going to start it off, with just, oh, you're screwed and that's that. I don't like it, and it's very, very unnecessary. Much like, like I said earlier about my uncle in the barbershop, if you're going to, and this is my opinion on a lot of things, if you're going to have the position of saying that, you're screwed, or in the case of my uncle, people are saying that, oh, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell. Like, if that is your position, you should also attach with that, and probably, in my opinion, even on a greater value, how not to go there, how not to go to hell. Like, if you disagree with a person's lifestyle, that's your call. If you want to offer unsolicited advice, that's your call too. Don't recommend it, but that's your call. But then to not offer any type of recourse or any type of solution to that, then you are just as bad, because all you offer, in the case of, the pastors, would be damnation. That's all you're offering me. You're not offering me hope. And what the point of Christianity is salvation through redemption. You haven't offered me redemption. You haven't offered me salvation. All you've offered me is damnation. You've offered me a chance to embrace your hopelessness about me. And why the heck would I do that? Same thing with the Dave Ramsey thing. All you've offered me was a chance to embrace the screwed nature that you believe I have by being in this position financially. And it's very disrespectful. It's very, very, I know I keep saying it, very condescending, but there are better ways to get a point across, especially if you have valuable information that could change people's lives and you can help people. You start, if you want to start out with that statement, which you don't even have to do, you should start after that statement. If you believe that, no one should be in a position where $600 or $1,400 changes anything about their lives, if you believe that, you should start from a different position. But you don't. You start by attacking and criticizing as if all of it was personal choice that got them in that position, that all of it was just, oh, you made bad decisions, that's why you're here. And it's an ugly thing. I never liked it, and to do that to people, just for what's the gain on that? What do you win by attacking people who you already believe are in a bad position? There's no win to that. So what I try to do in my personal life, even with this podcast, if I have a critique, even of myself, because I think it's important to be fair to yourself, if you have a critique, you should also buttress that with something of a solution or an option to not have to exist in that state. If you believe whatever that state is a negative state, you should offer some type of help. Otherwise, all you're doing is seeing a man drowning and telling them, like, oh, you're not going to make it, but not offering, a rope or a hand or anything to get him out of the water. All you're going to do is look at him drowning and say, oh, you're not going to make it. This is going to be bad for you. Drowning is a horrible way to go. And it's like, why would you do that? You just want to watch the man struggle or a woman struggle in the water, and all you can do when you see this situation is critique how they possibly got into the water, or make comments about how they're going to die in a terrible, terrible way. Like, what in the world? What type of humanity is this? What type of teachers is this supposed to be? What am I supposed to get out of this? What's the lesson? What's the goal? What's the point of it? Why would you even make those statements that don't benefit anyone? You don't get anything out of it except for, you get your I guess, condemnation, or you get your self-righteousness kicks off of it, I guess. I don't know. But it doesn't do anything. So when I saw that, it just rubbed me the wrong way, because people are trying. People are very, very much trying. At whatever state of life they're in, people are trying. Even if they've given up all hope, they try to at least make it another day. Even if they don't have goals or plans or a set of actions, they're just trying to make it another day. And I don't think that it's worth what you think what you think you're going to do to those people, to just try to kick the feet from underneath them and just say, oh, well, you're screwed if this impacts your life, or, oh, you're going to hell because I seen you do this or I seen you do that. It's not worth it. The better purpose, or the greater worth, would be to offer them some type of solution to rid themselves of whatever the condition is, or to improve their situation. So I pray that as I continue, that I am more of a solution and less of the problem, and even more so that I am less of a spectator just commenting on the demise of people without offering any help, even though I see the demise. All right.
Some cars are comfy on the inside, but don't have power on the outside. And some cars have the horsepower, but none of the comfort. I used to think there weren't any cars that were the total package. But that all changed when I got my Honda SUV. It's rugged and sophisticated, and right now, Honda has deals on the entire Honda SUV lineup. CR-V, HR-V, Pilot, Passport, you name it. So if you're looking for a car that's the total package, the only place you'll find it is at your local Honda dealer. Hurry before they're all gone.
When you rely on the internet for everything, you need speed that can handle anything. Xfinity delivers Wi-Fi speed faster than a gig. Go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig speed and compatible X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.